There is a place, far out in the vast blue expanse of the Pacific Ocean. It is a land that seems to have drifted away from the rest of the world. It lies in splendid isolation, guarded by deep waters and ancient winds. From afar, it appears as a whisper on the horizon, a myth spoken by sailors and dreamers. This is New Zealand. It is a land that does not feel like it belongs to our time. It feels older, stranger, as if it were a lost piece of a forgotten continent. The air here holds a different quality, a silence filled with the weight of ages. To arrive here is to feel as though you have crossed an invisible boundary. It is a journey not just across water, but through time itself. The world you knew fades away, replaced by something primal and untouched. The very first breath of air seems cleaner, purer, carrying scents you cannot quite name. They are the scents of damp earth, of unknown blossoms, and of the sea's endless salt. You are no longer just a visitor to a new country. You have become an explorer, stepping into a world that has followed its own rules for millions of years, a place where nature's imagination has run wild and free. The reputation of this island nation precedes it. It is known as a land of fantasy, a backdrop for epic tales brought to life on screen. But the reality is even more strange and more profound. It is a place where the line between the real and the mythical seems to blur. The stories of the Maori people, the first inhabitants, speak of gods who shaped the mountains and giants who carved the fjords. Standing here, surrounded by such dramatic beauty, you begin to understand that these are not just legends. They are the language of the land itself, a way to describe a place so magnificent that ordinary words are simply not enough. This journey begins with a sense of profound wonder. You are a guest in a realm that feels both immense and intimate. The scale is monumental, yet the details are delicate and intricate. Every leaf, every stone, every ripple in the water seems to hold a secret. The island invites you to slow down, to listen, to observe. It asks you to forget the noise and hurry of your own world and to tune into its ancient, quiet frequency. Here, in this land at the edge of the world, you do not just see a new place. You feel it with every part of your being, a deep and resonant connection to the planet's wild heart. If you enjoyed this cinematic journey, make sure to subscribe to our channel for more breathtaking explorations and stories from around the world. Your support helps us bring these incredible places to life. The landscapes of New Zealand are not merely scenery. They are cinematic masterpieces, sculpted by forces of unimaginable power. Imagine standing at the foot of a mountain range that pierces the clouds. These are the Southern Alps, a jagged spine of rock and ice that stretches for hundreds of kilometers. Their peaks are sharp and stark against the sky, their slopes covered in a blanket of perpetual snow. Mist clings to the valleys below, moving like a slow, silent river. It is a sight that commands reverence, a natural cathedral that makes you feel small and humbled in its presence, a silent witness to its grandeur. From the towering mountains, we descend into forests of a deep, impossible green. These are not ordinary woods. They are ancient rainforests, places where sunlight struggles to reach the floor. Giant ferns unfurl like intricate sculptures, their fronds creating a canopy overhead. Moss hangs from every branch, thick and soft like velvet curtains. The air is cool and damp, heavy with the smell of decay and new life. Walking through these forests is like stepping into a prehistoric world. You half expect to see a dinosaur emerge from the gloom, a feeling that this place has remained unchanged since the dawn of time. Then there is the coast. It is a wild and dramatic frontier where the land meets the sea in a spectacular clash. There are beaches of black sand born from ancient volcanoes. There are rugged cliffs that plunge straight into the churning ocean, battered by relentless waves. In the south, deep fjords cut into the land like giant knife wounds, their dark waters reflecting the sheer rock faces that rise for thousands of feet. Waterfalls cascade down these cliffs, their spray caught by the wind. It is a coastline of raw, untamed beauty, a place that reminds you of the planet's raw and untamable power. These vast landscapes are not empty. They are alive, breathing, and constantly changing. The weather shifts in an instant, from brilliant sunshine to sudden downpours that drench the earth. Rainbows appear and disappear in the blink of an eye, arcing across the wide valleys. The clouds themselves are part of the spectacle, racing across the sky or settling in the hollows of the hills. To travel through New Zealand is to watch a continuous film, a story told not with words, but with light, shadow, water, and stone. It is a visual journey that imprints itself on your memory forever. To truly understand New Zealand, one must learn to listen. The sounds here are different, a symphony of natural elements that is both powerful and peaceful. The wind is a constant companion. It is not just a movement of air, it is a voice. It whispers through the tall tussock grasses on the hills, creating waves of gold and green. It howls around the mountain peaks, a wild and lonely cry. On the coast it carries the scent of salt and the distant sound of crashing surf. This wind has traveled across thousands of kilometers of open ocean, and when it touches your skin, you can feel the immensity of the world. Water is the other dominant sound. It is everywhere, in countless forms. There is the gentle lapping of a lake against its shore, a sound so soft it is almost hypnotic. There is the thunderous roar of a waterfall, its power vibrating through the ground beneath your feet. Streams and rivers gurgle and rush over smooth stones, their music filling the forests. Even the rain has its own voice, a gentle patter on the leaves of the fern trees, or a heavy drumming on a tin roof. The sound of water is the lifeblood of this land, a constant reminder of its purity and vitality. The quiet moments are just as profound. In the heart of a dense forest or on a remote mountaintop, a deep silence can fall. It is not an empty silence, but one that is full of presence. You become aware of the gentle rustle of leaves, the soft thud of a falling seed, the distant call of a bird. In these moments of stillness, you can feel the slow, steady pulse of the earth itself. It is a peaceful feeling, a sense of being completely immersed in the natural world, far from the clamor and distractions of human life. This quiet is a rare gift, a space for contemplation and connection. These environmental details combine to create a deeply immersive experience. You do not just observe nature from a distance, you are inside it. You feel the cool mist from a waterfall on your face. You hear the crunch of leaves and twigs under your feet. You smell the rich, damp earth after a rain shower. Sights and sounds merge into a single, overwhelming sensation of being alive and present in this unique environment. It is a sensory journey that awakens your awareness and makes you feel like you are not just a spectator, but a part of this strange and beautiful world. The wildlife of New Zealand is as strange and unique as its landscapes. Having been isolated for 80 million years, life here evolved in a very different way. It is a land of birds. With no native land mammals to hunt them, birds filled every ecological niche. They became the rulers of the forest, the mountains, and the shores. Many of them forgot how to fly, instead evolving to walk upon the forest floor. Their calls are the true soundtrack of the nation, a chorus of sounds that you will hear nowhere else on Earth. It is a song that has been sung for millennia. Consider the kiwi, the country's most famous resident. This is a bird that behaves like a mammal. It is nocturnal, with a long beak it uses to probe the ground for insects, guided by a keen sense of smell. It has loose, hair-like feathers and cannot fly. To see one shuffling through the undergrowth at night is to witness a true evolutionary oddity, a charming and curious creature from another time. Then there is the kea, the world's only alpine parrot. They are incredibly intelligent and notoriously mischievous, known for their playful curiosity and their loud, cheeky calls that echo through the high mountain passes. the forests are filled with a chorus of other unique voices. The call of the tuar is a complex melody of clicks, whistles, and bell-like notes, so intricate that it sounds almost electronic. The bellbird, or corimako, lives up to its name, its song a series of clear, chiming notes that ring through the trees like 1,000 tiny bells. These sounds are not just background noise, they are the living spirit of the forest. They create an atmosphere that is both enchanting and slightly eerie, as if the trees themselves are speaking in a language you can almost understand, but never fully grasp. Even the insects are strange. The giant weta, a cricket-like insect that can be larger than a human hand, looks like a creature from a science fiction film. It is a gentle giant, another relic from a time of ancient megafauna. Exploring the wilds of New Zealand is like being on a safari of the small and the strange. You are constantly discovering creatures that defy expectation, animals that have followed their own unique evolutionary path. This wildlife is a vital part of what makes the country feel so otherworldly, a living museum of nature's endless creativity and resilience. Life in New Zealand seems to move at a different pace. The rhythm is slower, more deliberate, dictated by the seasons and the tides rather than the minute hand of a clock. There is a sense of space and time here that is rare in the modern world. The roads are long and often empty, winding through landscapes so vast that you can drive for an hour without seeing another soul. This slow travel is not a delay, it is the journey itself. It gives you time to absorb the scenery, to stop whenever you see something beautiful, to let the scale of the land sink in. This slower rhythm is reflected in the daily life of the people. There is a relaxed and unhurried atmosphere, a sense that there is always time for a conversation or a moment to enjoy the view. In small towns, shops might close early, and life revolves around community and the natural world. This peaceful pace is infectious. Visitors soon find themselves letting go of their own sense of urgency. They begin to walk more slowly, to breathe more deeply, to simply sit and watch the world go by. It is a profound shift, a release from the constant pressure to be busy. Exploring New Zealand becomes an adventure into this slower state of being. It is about waking up with the sun and hiking to a viewpoint to watch the morning mist clear from a valley. It is about spending an afternoon sitting by a tranquil lake, listening to the birds and the gentle lapping of the water. It is about ending the day by a fire, looking up at a sky so full of stars that the Milky Way looks like a cloud of silver dust. This is not a trip filled with checklists and schedules. It is an experience of immersion, of allowing yourself to be fully present in each moment. Imagine yourself standing there now. Feel the cool, clean wind on your face. Hear the distant call of an unknown bird. See the mountains rising before you, their peaks touching the heavens. This is the essence of New Zealand. It is more than just a beautiful country. It is a portal to another way of seeing the world. It is a place that feels alien, yet deeply familiar. A reminder of the wild, strange, and wonderful planet we all share. To journey here is to find a piece of the world that still feels pure, mysterious, and full of magic. An adventure into the heart of wonder itself.